Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into a real-life AI mystery that is the entire tech world buzzing, a ghost in the machine that might just change everything we thought we knew about artificial intelligence. So picture this. A brand new, incredibly powerful AI model just shows up online. No name, no author, no documentation, and it's better than anything anyone's ever seen. And no, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. This is the very real story of Horizon Alpha, a ghost in the machine that appeared out of thin air and started smashing records. So, let's set the scene. The story all starts on this platform called OpenRouter, which is basically a playground where developers can test out different AIs. And then, one day, a new model just quietly appears. No press release, no big announcement, no author, it was just there. And yeah, it did not stay quiet for long. I mean, almost immediately, it shot to the very top of the EQ bench. That's a test that measures things like creative reasoning and emotional intelligence. And it blew every other known model right out of the water.
On top of being super smart, it was also unbelievably fast. We're talking about generating text at a blistering 150 tokens per second. That's so quick that interacting with it feels, well, pretty much instantaneous.
It also had a massive, and I mean massive, 256,000 token context window. Now, to put that into perspective for you, it's like it could read and process a 500-page book in a single go. It could understand images, figure out puzzles, and even write code. Just incredible. So, with all this mystery swirling around, what do you think developers did? The obvious thing, right? They just asked it, "Hey, where did you come from?" And its answer? Wow. It was so specific, it basically set the entire AI world on fire. It claimed straight up to be a GPT-4 class model created by OpenAI. Okay, and you think that's weird? The story gets even stranger. Because at the exact same time this mystery model pops up, another clue surfaces. Some very suspicious code repositories that appear on GitHub for a hot minute before just vanishing into thin air.
I mean, come on. The timing here is just, it's too perfect to be a coincidence, right? You've got these repositories, which people quickly linked to the accounts of OpenAI staff members, appearing just as Horizon Alpha is being discovered. And then, poof, they're gone, the second people start asking questions.
And the names of these repositories, they were basically a secret code just waiting for someone to crack it. GPT-OSS almost certainly stands for GPT Open Source Software. And those numbers, 20B and 120B, well, those refer to the number of parameters. This suggests they were planning two different models, a smaller Wildflower and a much bigger Deep Current. So all this evidence started painting a really interesting picture. It looked like Horizon Alpha was what we in the biz call a base model. It was brilliant. Like, it could solve these really complex logic puzzles from a children's picture book, but then it would turn around and fail at simple math, or just agree with anything you said. This is a classic sign of raw, unfiltered AI power, before the usual safety tuning. So that's the real question, isn't it? How do we connect this brilliant but flawed model to that code that OpenAI seemed to accidentally leak and then delete? Well, the answer was hidden in the technical details of those leaks. The leaked code for that bigger, deep current model described something called a mixture of experts architecture. The easiest way to think about it is like a team of specialists. Instead of the entire model working on every single problem, it just calls on the right expert for the job. And that perfectly explains why Horizon Alpha was so ridiculously fast and efficient. But this next part, this is where things get truly groundbreaking. The code also mentioned FP4 precision, which is a hyper-efficient way to store the model's data. If this is real, it means a massive 120 billion parameter model, the kind that would normally need a whole data center, could potentially run on a high-end gaming PC. This isn't just an improvement, this is a full-blown revolution in accessibility. And this comparison really shows you the two different faces of AI today. You've got the base model on the left. That's our Horizon Alpha. It's raw power, totally unfiltered, a little bit wild. On the other side, you've got commercial models like ChatGPT, which are so carefully tuned for safety and reliability. It's literally like we got a peek at this incredible high-performance engine before they even put it in the car. So this all leads to the big question. Why? Why would a major company like OpenAI resort to this kind of cloak-and-dagger test? Well, the answer seems to boil down to the immense competitive and financial pressure they're under right now. You see, while OpenAI has been dealing with its own internal drama, its competitors have been on an absolute sprint. You've got Alibaba launching a model that's beating them on certain tests. A Chinese startup called Moonshot dropped a 1 trillion parameter model. And then there's Mistral in Europe, winning over everyone with its powerful open-weight models. The game is changing, and it's changing fast.
And this number might just be the key to the whole mystery. Rumors are flying around that OpenAI is trying to restructure into a for-profit company so it can raise a jaw-dropping $40 billion. When you have that kind of money on the table, the pressure to deliver something truly revolutionary is just enormous.
So, where does this all leave us? What is this whole mystery really signaling about OpenAI's next big play?
Right now, the AI community has pretty much settled on 3 main theories. Theory 1, this is the lead up to a major open source release, that GPT-OS we saw in the leaks as a gift to developers. Theory 2, it could just be a specialized test model for creative tasks. Or, and this is the really tantalizing one, Theory 3, that Horizon Alpha is actually a secret, early version of GPT-5 being tested out in the wild to gather real-world data. So, what is Horizon Alpha? Is it a strategic gift to the open-source world? A way to compete with rivals like Mistral? Or is it a carefully planned, secret preview of the next generation of artificial intelligence? Honestly, whatever the truth is, this ghost in the machine has sent one very clear message. OpenAI is getting ready to make its next big move, and you can bet the entire world is watching very, very closely.